Hey, welcome to the CRESTON Project. My name is Eddie. Good to meet you, if we haven't met already. I have a lot of people, uh, well, I have a few people online that question some of the things that I say. Well, if you got questions, I got answers. And if I don't have answers, we can look it up together and come to a consensus. My point is this. With election fraud, which there is plenty of, with Dr. Fauci and the CDC's BS on this whole vaccination Delta coronavirus deal, to me sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Just saying. You know? There's Miss Nancy Pelosi and her mock investigation of the January 6th insurrection. How can somebody who supposedly wants to come to the truth, who wants to figure out what exactly happened, cut out two important questioners? Jim Jordan, Jim Banks. They were out. You know why? Because they were asking this question. Even though you knew as of December 14th that there would be something going on January 6th, why didn't you prepare yourself, Nancy Pelosi? Nancy Pelosi is in charge of the Capitol security. The buck stopped with her. You had the higher-ups in Capitol security waiting for clearance to get the National Guard involved. Where were you, Nancy? Kind of seems like you wanted this to happen so that it could help push your agenda and your narrative. You're full of 10 pounds of poop in a 5-pound bag, and that's giving you extra room in the bag. You're full of shit, lady, and you know it. But we can talk about that. We can talk about that in detail. We can talk about how, well, we thought Joe Biden was the one that had everything to do with stealing the election, but it seems to me like Joe Biden is not in charge. Nancy Pelosi's got all the power. Whatever it is she's holding over him, you can tell his incognitive ass is frustrated. Just listen to him talk when he talks about her. Nonetheless, this is me trying to get this thing up off the ground. I understand and I know that I am probably being censored because of my view. It's not left, it's not right. It's somewhere in the middle. It's like I pulled out my magic sifter and I listened to what these politicians had to say, including Trump. I believe Trump is somewhat full of shit in his own way. He's not an angel. But when you compare job performance, when you compare infrastructure and cost of living, when you compare the price of gas, I just went shopping at Sam's. I spent $200 at Sam's. I brought home less than 2/3 of what I normally do when I go to Sam's and spend $200. Sad. Because everything goes up and Biden's like, oh, well, this was to be expected, so why did you say anything? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me, I gotta tell you, you see it. This government is screwing everything up, and all because We just want to do the opposite of what Donald Trump did. Donald Trump was building us up. Joe Biden, with the swoop of a pen, is tearing us down. There is election fraud. It's been proven. And when it all comes down, heads will roll. That's a fact. The CDC bullshit with this vaccine. Look, I'm not saying that COVID-19 is fake. It's not fake. It's real. People did die from it. Andrew Cuomo would know. It's real. Should we be careful? Yeah. Should we protect ourselves? Yeah. And others? Yeah, for sure. 100,000%. I believe it. We should. Is it what they're claiming it is? All the propaganda that's being brought down from the CDC, from Dr. Fauci, from legislation itself. Rules for you, but not for me. That's the way they do it. They want you to wear 1, 2 masks. They want you to wear it in public. Even if you're vaccinated, you need to be wearing a mask because even vaccinated people are spreading the corona. Even vaccinated, let that sink into your head. Vaccinated people are spreading the coronavirus. I'll give that a second for it to sink in. Vaccinated people. People that are vaccinated against the coronavirus that shouldn't have it anymore. Or at the very least, their system should be able to fight it within themselves because they've been vaccinated, are now the ones spreading it. Tell me how much sense that makes, Dr. Fauci. Tell me if this is real, Dr. Fauci. It doesn't matter what you say, because whatever you say, I'm going to believe the exact opposite. You have a track record of being wrong at every turn. So go ahead. Tell me that I need to wear a mask and be vaccinated. Because let me ask you, what difference does that make from what happened 2 years ago? With all the lockdowns and all the mask mandates and all making the American people's lives abso-freaking-lutely miserable. What's the plan? What's the plan? Is it to thin us out? Us willing to go right ahead, poke me with your vaccine, give me a 2-year lifespan, but before that I'll just go ahead and spread whatever it is that I'm vaccinated for? Tell me that makes sense. It don't. Not at all. It's fake, it's fraudulent, and it's bullshit. There's definitely a better way to fight this pandemic. I do believe it would have been under control already if the Democrats were not in charge. And then the assholes want to go ahead and take credit for putting out a vaccine in record time when that was already in play before the 2020 election. It was already happening. But then, you got Kamala Harris saying, if Donald Trump tells me to take the vaccine, I won't take it. But I believe she got vaccinated back in December, when Donald Trump was still president. Anything you see on TV is all for show. It's for your eyes' benefits, to mind screw you, to make you think that they're on your side when they're the ones holding the knife to your throat. Politics sucks. But the truth of the matter is that if we don't have the right people in office, the wrong people put us where we are today. And honestly and truly, I believe the buck stops at Nancy Pelosi. If anybody deserves Gitmo and a guillotine, it's her. She knows it. That's why Jordan and Banks aren't allowed to ask their questions. Because at the end of the day, there was no insurrection started. Donald Trump's speech never incited anything other than to tell the American people that we have rights. He knew back then the election was being rigged, and he called to the people to go to the Capitol, stand there, and say something about it. And then in these videos that you find about the insurrection, see, a lot of them have been eliminated altogether because it shows the wrong people doing the wrong thing. To them, it's the gullible Trumpers that showed up to this place, saw what was going on, and maybe some of them took part in it. Over 500 people arrested over the insurrection. Not a one has been charged with insurrection. Let that sink in. Not a one has been charged with insurrection. Meanwhile, most of them are still in jail. Why? Even Vladimir Putin said he doesn't want his country to be like ours, where we are incarcerating our own citizens for doing what the very law allows them to do. The Constitution allows us to bear arms and to, have a militia against our government if our government does not act right. Our government hasn't been acting right. Our government did not act right when they tried to steal a damn election. So we as a people had a right to go to the Capitol. It's in our laws. We had the right to go to the Capitol. But then you see these videos, and the people that are actually doing the destruction, the people that are actually breaking windows, they're wearing black. They have their faces covered, and not COVID masks, mind you, because these masks look very familiar to what we saw them people over there in Seattle wearing during the Summer of Love, according to Nancy Pelosi. So, where do we find a middle ground here? We don't. Bottom line is this. The people that are running the election audits need to take their time and get it right. Because at the end of the day, Donald Trump will be our president. He is our president. He's just been bumped out of his office. So, better to say Donald Trump will be back in his office and room is being made at Gitmo for Nancy, for Chuck, for Adam shit. Why that guy is still in politics, I have no freaking clue. And then in charge of a very important committee. How do these people get there? How do they stay there? You know how they stay there? Because they lie to you. You believe it. That's my guy. I'll vote for him. Sounds like a load of bullshit to me. So here's what we want to do. If you can find a way to donate anything, I'm not even asking you to subscribe or like. That's all bullshit to me. If you're going to watch my video, you watched it, great. If you don't, fuck you. I don't care. Most of you won't watch it because Well, because of the narrative I'm pushing out. Because of my agenda. Because if they can have one, so can I. My agenda is to expose. Is to be there when they're exposed so that I can yell it from the mountaintops. And if you didn't listen to me now, you're going to listen to me then. So donate. Donate to the auditors. Find where they need donations and give what you can. Because bottom line is, this is about you. This is our America. We don't want America to become China. Hell, people in Cuba are waving our flags, yelling libertad, freedom. Freedom from what? From communism. From socialism. The very thing that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is trying to push on the American people. She's a brainless, hapless nothing. She's a brainless, hapless nothing that doesn't even know what a damn garbage disposal is. Yet she claims she grew up in the Bronx. Bitch, I'm from the fucking Bronx. You ain't from the Bronx. Why you lie? Why do you lie? You like that paycheck, don't you? You like that paycheck that no matter what happens in this world, no matter what happens in this planet, you gonna get paid. What happened to the 40,000 people from the Keystone Pipeline that no longer get paid? What about them? You gonna break them off? No. You like driving your fancy car. You like having your expensive condo in Washington, D.C. You like that shit. You're not exempt, Kotex. You're not exempt, Pelosi. You're not exempt, shit, or Schumer, Nadler. None of you assholes are exempt. There's a room at Gitmo for you. Hope you enjoy it before your end. Once again, I really don't care if you like or subscribe or I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. If you did, great. If you didn't, oh well. I'm not your cup of tea. I'm okay with that. I personally, even in my personal life, I'm not for everybody. I've got a big mouth and I'm strongly opinionated. But I only speak things that I see. And if I see shit, I call foul. So Democrats, Congress, you foul. You know it. The American people will rise up. But it's not the American people that's going to get you. Your actions will have you stepping on your own toes. Then when you scramble to try to fix it and cover it, that's where you'll fuck up. That's where you'll fuck up. Enjoy your freedom while you got it, Nancy Pelosi. This insurrection trial is crap. You know it. You're just trying to cover your own butt. And it ain't gonna happen for you, baby girl. You should have been out of politics years ago. Years ago. But the power that you have right now, ooh, it's immense, isn't it? You're dictating big tech, you're dictating the president, you're dictating everything, and it's so obvious that you're guiding everything into one single solitary narrative. It's very obvious. Your problem is that you think the American people are stupid. We may be of color, you idiot. But stupid is as stupid does. What have you done?